We're 4-5. You know, we've been competitive nearly every night. We've had a couple games that got away from us. I'm happy with the way we're progressing. You know, I'm really excited about the fact that we closed out our last 2 games, and both of them were games in doubt for sure, right until the end. And we were the team that made the plays. You know, and I think that shows the growth in our team and the way we're competing and the confidence that we have that we can be the one that makes plays. You know, Saturday we were nearly flawless down the stretch in the Civil War to pull out that win, and so it's really exciting. You know, I'm encouraged as we're heading towards the second half now.
Are you excited to play 2 new teams, I guess, to the conference, or is that going to be a little bit different?
Yeah, I mean, it's intriguing, you know, to see how these teams are doing, and they're both very competitive. They've had really good years. It's their first year in, excuse me, and coming off good weekends where they were competitive. Both of them beat SC, and then, you know, watching Colorado, you know, had that game against UCLA, and it slipped away from them. UCLA made big plays, but 2 good teams coming in this weekend, and it is fun to see new faces.
Does it kind of change recruiting playing, you know, in 2 different states? You get a little more exposure, I guess, in different areas of the country?
It expands it for sure. You know, the student athletes in that area, in their areas, know that if they came out here, you know, they'd get to go home every once in a while, and the same is true the other way though too. You know, so Colorado can come in here and recruit like they did, and you know, got Jen Reese and a year ago, and then you know, in Utah the same thing, and so yeah, it does. It expands you know, our recruiting areas.
Shakiana, did you see that game Colorado take UCLA to overtime?
I actually didn't, but I heard a lot about it.
How have you guys thought about Chucky Jeffries as a player?
She's a baller. She's a very good player. She's their go-to. She's clutch. You know, she's an incredible athlete. She's great in the open court and the half court. She just makes plays and helps her team win. You know, and she has the guts and the courage to be the one that wants the ball in those situations.
Early on in the season, we wanted to be a rebounding team, according to Coach Ruick. Have you thought about their rank just above us, or above Oregon State in rebounding and such? Is that a factor, or how are you guys taking to the post?
We just, you know, have to crash the boards and block out. I mean, us rebounding, we take that as a challenge. And during certain halves, we have our goals, and we just have to work hard on the boards, and we can accomplish anything. Yeah.
Rebounding's vital every night.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
yes.
So yes, it's going to be important again, and I think we're making strides in that area. You know, and it's changing habits. You know, really, and being willing to do the dirty work, and it's not always fun. You know, but obviously you got to do it if you want to win, and winning is fun.
Coach was talking about after the game on Saturday, it's like, you know, wanting you guys to kind of feel as part of that, you know, the program's building, but wanting you guys that are here to be a part of that winning and to feel like that. Do you guys feel, what's your confidence level, belief level right now that night in and night out, you guys can go out there and win every game?
Our confidence is going up every single game, and we still stay humble, but we know that we can win every game, and we know what we should do to change a win, or if we have lost, we know what we can do to change it, and we just go out and try to change it every single game.
How much has that grown from the start of the season to where you guys are at now, that confidence level?
A lot. We had a lot of transfers come in, and there's only 6 people who actually played a Pac-12 game, and we didn't know how it was at transfers, and I believe it's gone up a lot since we started.
Colorado had some big shots to stay in it with UCLA from the perimeter. That kind of played a big role in the Ducks and the USC game. Are you guys thinking about that at all? Going into Colorado, limiting their big shots from the 3-pointer or not?
Yeah, they do shoot the 3 well. A couple players specifically, you know, and each night, I mean, that's a scouting report. You know, everybody's got shooters, everybody's got post players. Colorado has been competitive every night because they have a little bit of everything, you know, and so we need to recognize where they are. We need to, I mean, it's just a game plan, you know, and we've got to take away their strengths for sure. they transition well, and that's going to be a key again, just like it was the other day. And that was one of the great things about our game the other day was we were able to control tempo, and it's not easy when you've got Nia Jackson on the floor. That's the ultimate test. If you can slow her down, if you can make that team play 5-on-5, if you can get a couple 30-second violations against Oregon, you're doing something right defensively. And I think through those possessions and through that game, I think we gained a lot of confidence in ourselves defensively as well.
Coach, after last week, the three-point shooting, do you feel more confidence in the team's ability? What do you do with the girls to make sure that we don't just rely on that?
Yeah, well, that's a good question. We don't ever want to just rely on the three, and we did shoot 30 or something like that the other day, and that's too many, in my opinion, especially for a team that has a post presence like we do. But that was Oregon's game plan, though, was to take away the inside, and I thought they did a great job of that. They forced, well, it was a combination of them taking away our post and us forcing passes into their defense that I thought hurt us in the first half. In second half, we corrected that, only 5 turnovers, but some teams make you hit the three, and fortunately for this team, we did. And so confidence-wise, I think our confidence is up, no question. I think that game it just took a while to get comfortable. In that game, and once we did, the execution was there, and everybody saw the threes, and everybody saw this, Allie, Alyssa, Sage hitting threes, and everybody's fired up about that. What they didn't see were the people setting screens to get them open. I also thought we moved the ball extremely well. We got ourselves great looks, and so yeah, confidence is up for sure. And when you're doing those things in crunch time, that's the only thing that can happen. You got to feel good and know you can do it again.
Have you had any emails or texts or calls from other coaches going, where did you find Allie? Kind of the diamond in the rough.
Yeah, I haven't heard from many coaches. Nobody would want to admit that they missed on one, I don't think. But Allie is just a really special player, and she is that diamond in the rough. I think. I guess. You just watch her play and you see that she makes plays. This game was the perfect example of who she is. I mean, it was the defensive hustle plays. We're up 6 or 7, I guess, and she makes a steal, or 6. She makes a steal with 14 seconds to go on a hustle play, when the game pretty much is decided, and that's just who she is, but she also doesn't shoot the mid-range much. Well, she hit a mid-range jumper in this game. She does whatever it takes, and she's just used to that. That confidence, I know I can do whatever I need to help my team win. And if I need to be a mid-range shooter, I can do that. If I need to, and so we have a lot of players like that. And so she's just one, and she's a special one to watch.
How versatile is this team? Because it seems like every night a different person's stepping up. One night it might be Marchbanks, one night it's Allie, or Sage. How how much of an advantage does that give you when you're thinking about attacking another team? Yeah, well,
it does give us an advantage because you can't just take away one thing. And early in the season, everybody focuses on Erlicia. She's our best athlete. She's the one that can get by anybody off the dribble and can get to the basket, and teams have to focus on her and play her a certain way, and then, there's a shot going in over there and one going in over there, and that's a sign of a good team, and that's what we face every night too. Everybody's got threats from all over, and our players are becoming more and more confident. We're becoming deeper in that regard because we have so many players that can make plays, and so I think that's why we're in games, and that's the emergence of these players is why we're able to finish them.
I guess second half, do you have different kind of goals now, or do you have different things that you need to focus on?
I was really I'm happy with where we're at, and I'm happy with where we were. We really could be, what would it be, 6-3? We really could be 6-3. We're so close to that, but it took us a while to gain the confidence to finish, and we lost a couple because of that. I would like to eliminate the 2 games that we were out of. I think we're mentally tougher now. I think if we had both of those games back, we could play them differently, even though those 2 teams earned those wins. So that's my hope this half, is that we continue to improve, that we continue to eliminate weaknesses, and we continue, just to be a handful for whoever we're playing, and hopefully finish with more than 4.